Hello thirsty gamers, welcome to a review of Celestia today. It is made by Aaron Weisblum with QSF Games and Blam. This is a 2 to 6 player game and it plays in about 30 minutes. The theme of this is you're riding in this airship and you're exploring all these towns and you might think, you know what, I'm gonna jump off, I'm gonna explore the town. No need for me to keep going with you because I don't trust you, Captain. But then there's other people that might say, you know what, I trust you. Let's keep going. But the captain might crash the airship, and you're out of luck. First one to 50 points wins the game. I'm going to show you the components, and then I'm going to show you how the game is played a little bit and the mechanics, and then I'm going to have my final thoughts at the end. As you see here, the amazing detail on the actual ship that your components are going to be flying through from city to city is really gorgeous. It even has the propeller on it that you can actually turn. It's really cool that they actually have something that you can actually maneuver around with really good detail. All right, here are the cardboard places with the city art on them that your actual, the airship will actually stand on as it goes from city to city. Really nice cardboard, really good cardboard stock there. Really nice detail. The artwork's amazing. You know, even if I do this, it's obviously, really good, sturdy detail that it's not going to scratch off. All right, these are the dice. Really good quality. They actually have each of the matching symbols on them that match the card art as well. So when you're rolling these dice, you're obviously trying not to get these symbols because each of them have so many blank dice as well. But as far as the actual artwork and the quality of the dice, really solid dice. We haven't had any. I've played this game a lot so far, and we really haven't had any wear or tear on them. All right, here is some of the card art. Just wanted to show you a few cards here. These first ones are the different symbol cards that are in the game. Black, red, yellow. Here's a wild card that basically is any symbol. And again, just showing you some really gorgeous card art that is in this game. I really like the colors. They really pop out. And then also just the little characters too. They have a lot of character on them. So that is the cards, the big ones, and then we're gonna show you the smaller ones here too. As the smaller cards, when you jump out of the airship, you're gonna be able to get these smaller point cards here. There's different values on them, but again, the artwork is really gorgeous. I always kind of look, not just for the point value, but I also look at the card art when I actually get the points, just to see kind of what the different things are. So really cool looking. And finally, we have the player pawns. They're just your typical player, just so you know, hey, I'm the green player, red player, whatever. And then you have the very happy or creepy artwork on the tokens. This guy is a little too excited to jump out of the airship, but that really doesn't do anything. It basically just sits in front of you, just so everybody knows what color you are. But those are the player markers. All right, let's talk about the game here. In Celestia, you have a captain that's trying to get as far away as possible to get points, but you are kind of working together as a group to get the most points. Right here in this, I only have to 6. It goes up to 25 just for camera purposes. But at the start, the captain will be chosen at the beginning of the game, and this is going to rotate as the game goes on. But the captain will roll the dice, and then on that turn, for instance, he will have to have a blue and a yellow card in his hand. Okay? Each, there's going to be 4 suits, if you want to call them that you're going to have to have those in your hand in order to move up the different cities. Now, if the captain does not have that, then you all crash, okay? So now, without stating that you have it, the players one at a time, starting on the captain's left, they are going to go and say yes or no that they think the captain has it. If you do not think that the captain has the symbols on the dice, then you can jump out on the place that you're at. So you can jump out on round 1 if you'd like to. You're gonna get this card that's gonna have point totals on it. In the first ones that have, you know, like 2+, 4+, it's going to be a point range. Some of them, especially in the higher ones, if it's a 25, it's gonna be 25, it's 15, it's gonna be 15. But you're gonna grab the card, you're gonna look at it, and then that's gonna be your part of your point total. You don't get to play for the rest of the round as the players in the ship go up. If you decide that you're gonna stay in, well, now you're taking the risk. So it will go around, there might be, you know, a couple more, and then the captain either is gonna show if he has the whole thing, or he's not gonna show it if he doesn't. There is wilds in this game. If, let's say, for instance, he has a blue, but he doesn't have a yellow, but he does have a wild, he doesn't have to show, because he might want to hoard those wilds at a later time. But if he does show it, you guys move on, and so forth as the game goes on. These people are out of luck. They at least got some points, because then the next person will go, and then they'll keep going. It's going to crash eventually, or it's going to get to the 25. But more times than not, it's going to crash, okay? So you're taking that risk. It is a push your luck game. So you're going to be, you know, making decisions pretty much every round. So that's kind of the core mechanic of the game, is you're trying to match the dice. If you don't trust the captain, if you don't think that they have that, then you're going to jump out and you're going to gain the point total for that spot. When it crashes, everybody's going to jump back in. It's going to go back to the start. All the players that jumped out earlier in the round, they're going to gain, you know, everybody's going to gain a card. Because in this game, cards are very sparse too. So every time you crash or it succeeds, you gain a card, okay? Even if if you succeed every round and you keep going up, you're still not getting a card. You're gonna get a card at the end of the round. So that basically means that some people are gonna have more cards than others. And then again, it just gives a little bit variable play when you're thinking, does that captain have the cards or not? Now I want to talk about the cards here for a sec. I showed you in the components some of the artwork here, but each of these are the symbols that you're going to use. So this is where the captain is going to lay down the cards that match the dice. And again, this is the wild symbol here that has all 4 colors. Again, like I showed you in the playthrough there, if like you had one blue and then and it was blue and yellow and he didn't have the yellow, he doesn't have to play the wild if he wants to kind of hoard them, for instance, for like kind of a later game move. But if you do have the cards there that were shown on the dice, you have to play them. But if you only have one of them, you just say, nope, I don't have it. But to make the game even a little bit more strategic, you have some power cards here. Now, I'm gonna go through them all real quick, but they are thorough explained in the rule book here. The first one is the jetpack card. If you're gonna crash, this might be a move for the captain and say, hey, I'll move through, I'll move on, even if he knows he's gonna crash, or if you're with the captain, maybe he's not gonna have the cards, or he's whatever. You have this in your back pocket here. So this lets you safely jump down even after the airship crashes, which is really, really good card. These are your 2 re-rolls here. This one makes you, the captain can re-roll the dice. So if he doesn't like something, and this is with people that have declared whether they're in or out. he or someone else in the ship can play this card. The captain can re-roll any dice of his choice. This one, on the other hand, is a card that if someone even jumped out, they can try to screw the players that are in the ship still by making the captain re-roll all of his blank dice. Because as you go up in the point total, at the start of the game, you're gonna have like 2 dice that you have to roll. But every now and then, you're gonna have to roll a 3rd die and then the 4th die. And so you'll eventually start getting more blanks. But in this case, you're gonna make him re-roll his blank dice, which is a really crappy move. But it's really good if you wanna make the captain risk something. This one, if you're in the ship, you can, except for the captain, you can actually kick somebody out of your choice. Again, you have to be in the ship in order to play this card, but again, it's another one of those moves. If someone's kind of rolling the points, you can say, hey, you're out. And, but they still get to pick the card wherever they landed on. They get that point total card for that little city there. This is the final one. This is the Spyglass. This is only in the first few ones. There's one in each city. And this gives you, it's 2 points if you just keep it. But at any time when you're going to crash and you're still in the ship, whether you're the captain or not, you can play this to move to the next one. Okay, so that just gives you a free out. So again, you can take the hit and take the change, even though you know you're probably not going to get the roll for the next turn. You know that you're going to be able to use that in order to move to the next spot. All right, that was Celestia. Let's talk about the good, and then let's talk about the bad, and then I'll give you my final rating at the end of the video. The good. So in this game, all you're doing is you're either going to agree with the captain or you're not. You're gonna roll some dice as the captain. You're gonna throw some cards down. You're going to say, you know what, I don't trust you. I'm gonna go and get my points. Very, very simple concept. I can teach this in about 10 minutes. It says 30 minutes on the box. I think that's true. For your first couple times, you might be a little bit more, but again, I've seen this played in about 3 or 4 turns, if that, and the game ends, and then you replay it. So it has some good replayability. This is kind of in between games where you're like, hey, let's kind of play a big strategic game, and then after that, we're like, you know what, we're gonna play Celestia, or it's right before you play that big 2-3 hour game. Went over very well at game night. Every player count is really good. I like it more at the higher, 5 or 6 players. So really, really cute game. This was a remake of Cloud 9, and I know that has gone over well. So I think they did a really, really good job. The artwork is amazing. I don't see really anything wrong with the artwork, except for the one creepy dude that I showed you when I was showing you the components. Now let's talk about the bad. The bad is that the special powers, I don't know how many times that we had to go back and look at the special powers. A lot of people were like, well, what do they do? Because all you have is that little icon, which for me, knowing a lot of games, I understand kind of what they meant, but I basically kept the rule book on that page with the special powers, and people would have to constantly go back to it. Again, artwork's amazing, but I really wish that they would have put maybe like a little line or something that basically kind of said the core details of what those special powers meant. Because it was a little bit of a struggle, especially for new players, to go back and have to look at the rule book without trying to say anything about what they had. The other bad thing is that, again, it's very simplistic. I know that they're coming out with another expansion to probably give you a little bit more weight to the game. Like I said, it does have replayability, but I do see myself probably getting tired of this game after a few playthroughs. But other than that, I think it's a solid game. It's a very cute game. and it definitely fits kind of all age ranges. I've had a lot of different gamers, and then also just people that have been new to the game group. This is one of the first games that they play, and like I said, I can get I get to this to the table very quickly. So here is my final score. My final score is 7 out of 10. Thanks, guys. And as always, stay thirsty for games, my friends.